Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. And I want to continue diving into this theme of manifestation, being in a new year, New Year's resolutions. Much of the time, many of us, we desire to have certain experiences, certain things show up for us in our life. We desire sometimes to possess objects that bring pleasure, status. We desire certain types of relationships for the same reason sometimes. And much of the time, when we are desiring these things and we think when we have the attainment of material wealth or a certain person, having a relationship with them, having them be partners, intimate partners in some sort of ways, we believe that when this shows up in our life, our world is automatically going to be better. And sometimes we experience temporarily a perception of perceived pleasure or joy, but find quickly that pleasure, joy, novelty fades away. It fades away to boredom much of the time. When we get these items that we thought were so great and the novelty wears off, and now sometimes these objects are just collecting dust. In relationships sometimes, when that puppy love fades away and we're no longer high from those happy chemicals and we start to see the person for who they are, and we find out this person reflects a lot of the things that we don't like about ourselves back to us. Or maybe the person that shows up underneath that initial courting period is not who they thought they were. And sometimes we find we're back into a similar relationship dynamic we swore we were going to get out of, with a different face, a different person, but the same theme repeating itself. And so again, what I've found is a magical question in digging in to the joy that we receive, and what comes back to us is asking the question, why? Why is it we want the things that we do? Why are these things important? And I'm talking about these surface level things. Why is this important? And what I find is if the reason is something that's bringing validation from the eyes of others or simple pleasure seeking, you're guaranteed for disappointment in the long run. You are guaranteed. And even if these are certain things that the process of acquiring them has required effort on your part, if you've worked very hard to make a certain amount of money, have a certain amount of money in the bank to spend on something that you set your eye on, it's not always instant gratification I'm talking about, but when we have not thoroughly examined the why. And sometimes when we do that, you may find that our why is linked to unprocessed trauma within ourselves. Unprocessed desire and associating external objects or people with unmet needs within ourselves needs that we have failed to meet for ourselves. And again, when we attain these objects or these people, the end result is always the same: disappointment, because it's coming, or what we want out of them is something that they just simply can't give. It's something that we're looking in the wrong place, and our why is misplaced in the attainment of what we seek. But when you can answer that honest question of why, and you can be honest with yourself, no judgment, just pure honesty, then whatever shows up, there's going to be more of a congruence with, more of an alignment with. And if you've set goals that are based on these external conditions, you may still want to pursue these goals or achieve these things, but you're at least honest to what they are and the nature of what they are, and the nature of the fleeting conditions of pleasure that they will provide you. And so at that point, it's up to you. And you can choose to break free of any kind of unconscious programming, or you can choose to continue on that same path. But when you are aware, when you're able to see in this way, then you actually have a choice. Maybe for the first time in your life, you have a choice. So be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. Just make sure when you get it, you know why you truly want it. Be well, my friends, be strong, and I will see you on the other side.